The knock on the door came at 6:07 p.m. The sun was beginning to set, casting golden beams across the porch, painting the peeling white wood in hues of warmth and hope. Inside, Jake Miller, 34, exhausted, hopeful, and entirely unsure of himself, stood staring at the door like it might explode. His heart pounded. It wasn't just a knock. It was the sound of potential, the sound of something new, maybe something healing. For the first time in 3 years, he'd allowed himself to believe that happiness could knock on his door again. But nothing could have prepared him for what was on the other side, or what she would say. He opened the door. There she was, tall, confident, yet gentle, with a softness in her eyes that made him feel seen for the first time in forever. Her long blonde hair cascaded down her shoulders, and the way she smiled wasn't just pretty, it was kind. But then she leaned in slightly, her voice barely above a whisper, as if sharing a sacred truth. "I just wanted to let you know," she said gently. "My kids are waiting in the car." Jake froze. His smile faltered. His breath hitched. Not because he was upset, not because he didn't want this, but because that single sentence unraveled a part of him he'd kept stitched together for far too long. Backhand index pointing. Right. Few believe in kindness, second chances, and the beautiful messiness of real life. Love stories. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Corner. Your support helps us keep telling these emotional, heartfelt journeys that matter. 3 years earlier, Jake had been a completely different man. Back then, he was a husband, father, a contractor who woke up every morning at 5 a.m. to sneak in breakfast with his little girl before school. Life wasn't perfect, but it was good until it wasn't. His wife, Emily, was diagnosed with a rare heart condition just 4 months after their daughter's 4th birthday. It happened fast, too fast. Hospitals, medications, late-night prayers whispered to a ceiling that never whispered back. And then silence. A hospital bed, a cold hand, a goodbye that came far too soon. Jake had to become both parents overnight. He quit his job, took up smaller repair gigs to be home more, and built his world around his daughter, Lily. But love became a locked box. Not because he didn't want it, but because he felt guilty wanting it. Because every time he thought about moving on, he felt like he was betraying Emily. His friends pushed him gently. His sister even set up a few blind dates, but Jake always led. Until last week. Until Amanda. They had matched through a local parenting forum. Amanda was different. Her messages were thoughtful, her humor warm. She never pushed. She listened. She asked questions about Lily. She shared stories about her own kids, twins, age 6. She, too, had come out of a broken chapter. Not from death, but from betrayal. Her husband had walked out when the twins were 3, and she had been rebuilding ever since. So here they were now, standing on Jake's porch, the golden hour light making the moment feel more surreal. Jake looked past her for a brief second and saw 2 small heads bobbing in the back seat of a parked SUV. He swallowed hard. His first instinct was to shut down, to panic. He wasn't ready, was he? Amanda, sensing the hesitation, gently pulled back. "We don't have to do this," she said softly, reading the storm behind his eyes. But Jake surprised himself. He didn't shut the door. Instead, he stepped back and invited her in. It wasn't about being ready. It was about being brave. The evening unfolded slowly. Lily, shy at first, emerged from her bedroom when she heard giggles from the kitchen. Amanda had invited her kids in too, Ethan and Ava, and the living room soon became a battlefield of pillows and popcorn. Jake watched from the hallway, arms crossed, a storm of memories and emotion. Inside him, Lily was laughing, really laughing. He hadn't seen that sparkle in her eyes in so long. Over the next few weeks, what started as a single date turned into quiet walks, game nights, and small family-style dinners. The 4 kids grew close, like cousins, then friends, and eventually something closer to siblings. Jake and Amanda took their time. They had wounds, both of them. Some nights, Amanda cried quietly on the porch after tucking her kids in, guilt-ridden that they'd never have a complete home again. Other nights, Jake found himself staring at Emily's photo, silently asking for her blessing. But love isn't a flash flood. It's a slow thaw. And for Jake, every smile Amanda gave every time she helped Lily with her homework, every morning coffee she left on his porch before heading to work, it melted a little more of the ice he'd built around his heart. The real turning point came one rainy Saturday. Jake had promised to take the kids to the zoo, but a flat tire and a broken windshield wiper turned the morning into a disaster. He lost his temper, not with the kids but with himself. Amanda found him in the garage, head buried in his hands. "I can't do this," he whispered. "What if I let them all down?" Amanda didn't say anything at first. She just sat beside him in the silence. Then she whispered, "You already haven't. You're showing up. That's more than most ever do." And something in Jake broke open. Not in a painful way, but in a freeing one. Over the following months, the two families slowly became one. It wasn't always perfect. There were tantrums, awkward moments, and the occasional misunderstanding. But there was also laughter, growth, forgiveness, and love. Real grounded love. One evening, nearly a year from that first knock, Jake took Amanda's hand as the kids played in the yard. "You know," he said with a half smile, "when you told me your kids were in the car, I almost shut the door." Amanda laughed. "I know. You looked like you saw a ghost." Jake squeezed her hand. "I think I did. The ghost of the man I used to be. But you helped me find someone better." They didn't rush into anything official. The kids called them by first names. There was no pressure. Just love, honest, patient love. Backhand index pointing. Right. If this story touched your heart in any way, if you believe in second chances, blended families, and love after loss, please like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Corner. It helps us continue bringing you more stories that matter. Push pin. Special request. Please comment below with your thoughts. Did Jake's journey remind you of someone in your life? We'd love to hear your story. Let's keep the kindness going.